Let me be stingy with my time, so that I may mind my own business instead of trying to destroy another person's business. Let me be stingy with my anger, so that...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Lion Mark TV. Mark here with another exciting, delightful, and much interesting video here on the channel. Well, still on the video about Mbaka calling out Peter Obi, and yes, it's been a story that a whole lot of people are really interested. Calling someone stingy out of your own personal benefit is really what's drawing the attention of almost everybody. Yes, we still have another video. Some Catholic Reverend fathers are really coming out to air their opinion about what they think about it, and almost all of them are in the side of Peter Obi. The same thing with Bianca Ojukwu, yes, wife of late Obi Ojukwu. He also came outside and gave a very resounding statement, which we will be reading through here in this video. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to drop a comment. Before we get into reading and the entire Bianca Ojukwu speech here, we will first of all listen to this Reverend Father and what he said, what he completely said about Mbaka actions.
Let me be stingy like Peter Obi. Let me be stingy with my emotions, so that I may not give in to envy or seek to undermine an innocent person. Let me be stingy with my time, so that I may mind my own business instead of trying to destroy another person's business. Let me be stingy with my anger, so that I may be like Jesus and forgive those who have offended me instead of seeking vengeance in public. Let me be stingy with my grandiloquence, so that I may learn to get a grip on my tongue when I have nothing meaningful to say. Let me be stingy with my rebellion, so that I may learn to obey my bishop and other superiors in line with my ordination promise. Let me be stingy with my politicking, so that I may be a unifier and show respect to those who may not agree with me. Let me be stingy with my vanity, so that I may choose to fly economy when I can't afford business class. Let me be stingy with my ego, so that I may never play to the gallery to please those who think they own and control my destiny. Let me be stingy with my money, so that I may choose to build schools and invest in the young and vulnerable instead of politicians. Let me be stingy with my overconfidence, so that I may be humble enough to go to Egypt for a few lessons, and so that like Moses and Jesus, I may come back to liberate my country. Let me be stingy. Let me be stingy like Peter Obi.
No apology, please. On Peter Obi's stinginess, these are the exact words of Bianca Ojukwu. Now, sometimes in 2009, Mr., as he prefers to be addressed, Peter Obi, governor of Anambra State at that time, visited Dean Chukwuemeka Ojukwu and myself at Dallas, Texas. He came to deliver a get well message from Dr. Goodluck Jonathan and was billed to attend a black tie event at Dallas Marriott. Curiously, he flew into Dallas airport with one small carry-on luggage, which he insisted on wheeling around himself. And on getting to our residence, he requested to freshen up. He opened his carry-on filled with files and paperwork and a few toiletries and an extra shirt. When the Ikemba and I asked if he was expecting another items of luggage, and he said no. Then, what will you be wearing to the event tonight? We inquire. It was at that point that he struck him with that he could show up on his casual as such is a ceremony. I insisted on taking him on a luxury men emporium at Neiman Marcus to buy a smart black suit. When we got there, he was busy doing the currency conversion. The suit that was a perfect match for him was a diaper Tom Ford suit with a price tag of $3,985 plus tax. He did the calculation and told me, do you know how many students that amount of money can train in Nigeria? I reminded him that he was the governor as well as the special guest, and for the caliber of guests expected at that evening occasion, including the mayor, senators, captains of conglomerates, he needed to be dressed in top form. To cut the story short, he refused to pay what he termed that outrageous price for the Tom Ford suit, and that it was how we ended up the sentiment where he agreed to pay a more acceptance price of $220 tax inclusive for a basic men's suit, which was happy to wear to that evening event. What struck me was that as we were on our way to the airport to see him off for his return flight back to Nigeria, he reached for his pocket where he brought out an envelope of Crip's $100 bill. The amount in the envelope was $3,800. He said, this is the balance of the money I would have paid for the Ford suit. If the label on the suit was P2B, I am wondering if anybody in America will pay that amount for it. I have deducted the amount we paid for that suit. We eventually bought. Please use the balance for charity foundation to help those in actual need. I trust you will do so. We all laughed heartily. Vintage Peter Obi. Eventually, the beneficiary of the largest were Madam Teresa Agbo, a yam seller who became penniless and displaced when her yam shed was gutted by fire. Kalitus Egbe, who was bedridden due to his illness and needed help with the school fees of his young children, and Mr. Ngbenema family of 6 children. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing all of this name. I'm not pronouncing them correct, but I'm just trying to, make the whole thing look reasonable here, who were thrown out of their one-room accommodation, which subsequently doubled 2 rooms because their breadwinner fell upon hard times and could no longer afford the rent. In life, you either live by your creed or you desecrate the mood by which the Almighty created you. Any progress nation measured in individual by the values by his values, not his vault. If this way of life is what is derided as stinginess on the part of P2B, then we all need to adopt this mode for a more sustainable and a more human environment. Bianca Ojukwu. I'll be leaving a link to this particular article in the comment section below and also in the description. Should in case for those of you who really did not understand all of this, you can go read it, understand it in your own language and in your own thing. In the comment section, what do you really think? From what you just heard, what do you really think about Peter Obi? I think this man is the right man for this job. Forget sentiments, forget anything. Anyway, thank you for watching this video.